Hey everyone, this is Wrecker. Welcome back to another Division 2 build video. So today I'm sharing another one of my builds with you guys, which is Heartbreaker. Now in no way I'm saying that this is the best Heartbreaker build out there, but this is one of the best that I have tested and experienced so far. I've been using this build from pretty much the beginning when the gear set itself came out. I have been testing it out in heroic, legendary raids, what have you, and it works just as good. Solo or group play, there is no memento, I promise. But I've got some really good pieces in place, the weapons that I'm using. I just wanted to share the template with you guys, to just in case, if you're looking for a good Heartbreaker build, you could take examples. Maybe you can use the same exact pieces that I'm using, or maybe change a few pieces as per your liking, whichever you like. So just wanted to share with you guys. So before we begin though, make sure you guys hit the like button on this video, and presently I'm trying to reach 1000 subs on this channel. I believe we are at 900, so only 100 to go. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and with that all to the way, let's begin. Okay, so starting off with the specialization as usual. Technician for this build, two primary reasons only for me. That's one, the extra skill tier, and the second one is the attachment, the linked laser pointer that I'm using in my weapon. Police M4 in this case. Okay, so moving on to the weapons, I am using primarily my Police M4, my trusty Police M4 from the very beginning. It's fully ranked up to proficiency rank 23, which is why you can see it's fully upgraded, plus 23% weapon damage, fully guard rolled, assault rifle damage, health damage, then the best weapon attribute in slot, damage targets out of cover. As far as the talent skill, I'm using Flatline. Amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Now, I know that we are using Heartbreaker, and it does pulse the enemies when you hit them in the head. But I personally prefer to pulse them when I hit them anywhere on the body, because it's not very consistent. It's, as per my testing and with the all the hitboxes we have in the game and bullet registration, it's not very consistent. Even though I'm playing on PC and it's it's pretty accurate to hit headshots with a mouse, it's still not very accurate. So if when I'm not using the this attachment from the technician to pulse them, sometimes they get pulsed, sometimes they don't. So I just want to be consistent, whenever I hit the enemy or just barely aim at them, I just want to pulse them to get full advantage of the Heartbreaker gear set, because if they are not pulsed, your gear set is useless because it's not doing anything if the enemy is not pulsed. That's the entire synergy that we have with Heartbreaker. But anyhow, that out of the way, that's the reason I'm using the technician spec. So I could pulse the enemies anywhere that I hit them. I don't even need to hit them, I just have to aim the weapon at the enemy and they'll be pulsed. So just for consistency. Now as for the secondary, Scorpio, if I'm not using the any exotic in the primary slot, the Scorpio will always be my secondary weapon to use. It's the best in slot shotgun when it comes to a backup weapon that you want to have. And again, this one is fully ranked up, fully upgraded to 23 proficiency rank plus 23% weapon damage, fully guard rolled, as you can see. 15% shotgun damage, 12% damage to armor, and then the default attribute that it comes with, 10% critical hit damage. I won't go in depth with the talent itself. You know what it does. It status effects all over, just dissipating the enemies to keep them in place and get out of a sticky situation. You know how what it does. So these are the weapons that I'm using. Police M4 primary, Scorpio secondary. As for the sidearm, use what you like, doesn't even matter. For me, it does sometimes when I need to, you know, buff the numbers a bit. I'm personally using Perfect Finisher, which gives you 30% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage. This is a named piece, by the way, and it's not LZ exclusive. It only gets, you know, you can only get it from the DZ or PvP exclusive content, or maybe the name caches. But it's a really good weapon. Whenever, you know, I need to get the buff, I just kill maybe a red war on low health, and boom, you will get instant maxed out crit chance and crit damage bonus numbers. Okay, so starting off with the gear set itself that I'm using, of course, again, Heartbreaker. I will quickly go through the buffs that we get for each piece. So 2+ gives us 15% assault rifle damage, 15% LMG damage. 3-piece gives us 15% weapon handling, and the 4-piece, which is the main talent on the gear set itself, that's called Heartstopper. Headshots apply pulse for 5 seconds. Weapon hits on pulsed enemies add a stack of 1% bonus armor and 1% damage to pulsed enemies up to a max of 50 stacks. 2 stacks are lost each second. Now, this particular talent, that's the base talent that we have, but since I am using both the chest and the backpack for the gear set, these numbers will be doubled, which is basically the talents and, you know, on the chest and the backpack. This is why we can double the numbers. And this is the best way that I have tested so far to run Heartbreaker, to use the chest pack and backpack. You can use anything else if you want to, personal preference, but what I feel is you should use the chest piece and the backpack for Heartbreakers to get at least, you know, the full advantage for the full buffs. So before I move on to other pieces, just letting you know it's all red, so just put in crit chance, crit damage everywhere until you reach at least 50% critical hit chance, and then you can add anything else to crit damage. That's the best, you know, rule of thumb when you're building any red build. But anyhow, since we are using the chest piece for the gear set, it gives us the max BPM talent, increases max stacks for Heartstopper from 50 to 100. Now, going back to the Heartstopper, as you can see, both the bonuses, 1% bonus armor and 1% damage to pulsed enemies, it will be doubled with the chest talent, which is now 100. So basically, now we're getting 100% bonus armor and 100% damage on 100 stacks, right? Now, moving on to the next piece. So the next piece, that's the backpack for the gear set itself, again comes with a talent which will again double our numbers from the base talent. It's called Cold. It says increases total bonus armor gain per stack of Heartstopper from 1% to 2%. Now again, it's talking about the bonus armor that we're getting from the base talent itself. So we were getting 50% from the base talent, then we added the chest talent from the gear set, and now we are at 100%, right? But with the backpack, it increases from 1 to 2%. So once we equip the chest and the backpack and the 4-piece talents is active, in conclusion, we are getting 100% weapon damage on full stacks and 200% bonus armor. So that's crazy good. So this is basically it. So moving on to the next pieces. Again, Heartbreaker gloves I'm using. Weapon damage, crit hit damage. Just stack all reds until you reach the preferred numbers. Same thing for the last piece for the gear set. Holster, weapon damage, crit hit damage. Just stack all reds and you're golden. Now, coming to the mask, I am using the Coyote's mask, an exotic piece. Because for this particular setup, since we do not have any other slot to put in an exotic, a good one to gain damage, I would highly recommend using Coyotes because it's the best in slot mask when it comes to raw damage if you're building a red build. What it gives us, along with a bunch of attributes, all reds, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot, it comes with a talent which says Pack Instincts. You and all allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. By the way, it does stack. So if you and any of your team members are running the same mask, Coyote's mask, it's gonna stack. So that's how it works. So from 0 to 15, 25% critical hit damage, 15 to 25, that's 10% crit damage and 10% crit chance. 25 meters and above, that doesn't matter because we won't be playing in this particular range. We are mainly playing from, 15 to 25 meters, which is an assault rifle range, if you say so, within this game. So that's all that matters. And this is also why I have made sure that I am, near or around 50% critical hit chance, because you will be getting this 10% from the mask itself when you're playing in this particular range. So moving on to the last piece. Okay, so the last piece, we have an open slot for the knee pads, and what else to use than the best knee pads in slots presently in the game when it comes to all red damage builds. That's the Fox's Prayer, of course. All reds, weapon damage, critical hit damage, and then of course the multiplicative 8% damage to target out of cover. Best in slot, just use it, you will get huge damage numbers. Now before I show you guys the stats for the builds, the crit numbers and everything else, just wanted to go through the skills real quick. Primarily I'm using this assault turret, again not for damage particularly, just to take off the heat off of me. So I just place it whenever I enter a room or in combat, just place it anywhere and the enemies will be distracted from this assault turret hitting them all the time, and it doesn't go, it has a huge health pool, as you can see here, 1.8 million. It's a huge health pool and it won't go down real quick until of course you're playing at legendary difficulties. Those heavies can take it down pretty quickly, but anyways, you get the point. Now for the second skill that I'm using, again the Crusader Shield. Of course, any assault rifle build that I make, I always use the shield, because I do not, like 70% of the time I do not play in cover. I keep running around, and especially in group play, this is very helpful because I just pull up a field and shoot from there anywhere. I don't have to look for cover. Very good shield. It's basically another armor kit, whenever you're going to die or anything, just pull up your shield and you'll be saved from dying. Okay, so before I finish it off, to give you guys the full overview for the build, just wanted to show you guys the stats that I have with these gear pieces. So we're sitting at 51% critical hit chance, 98% crit damage, 75 headshot damage, and we do have a tiny bit of weapon handling, 15%, there we go. And as a base number, we are sitting at 123% all weapon damage bonus. And by the way, these are all base numbers. It does not count towards the bonuses and buffs that we will be getting after stacking up our gear set and other buffs from for Coyote and everything. Also, I forgot to mention, since my Police M4 is fully ranked up to 23, you won't see the same numbers with yours if you're not at that rank, the base numbers. So just wanted to let you guys know, because that does help a lot actually. 23% additional damage on your weapon, it does increase your overall damage in general. So just wanted to let it out there. So this is basically it. Just wanted to show you the stats and let's move on. Okay, so ending it up, this is the whole build, everyone. If you have any questions at all about this build, let me know in the comment sections below. I will try my best to answer them as fast as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, please like the video and hit subscribe. We are trying to reach 1000 on this channel, so if you haven't already, please subscribe, and you're very much appreciated. So I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the gameplay.